Well, everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to Chocolo's, well, not Stash Watch, Look Back, episode 37. Yes, it's been, been a while since we did a look back, and good to be back, to be honest with you. As you don't know, this is what I talk about, what I reviewed 5 years ago and 1 year ago. I've been doing a channel since 2016, I think, roughly, more or less. So plenty of reviews in the backlog for me to go through, and this is obviously, as I say, where I look back at ones I did 5 years ago and a year ago. So 5 years ago, 2018. So surprising actually, some of the reviews I did do in 2018. They don't feel like that long ago at all, really, but they were, and it's bizarre, to be honest with you. It's very bizarre. It's got a bit easier to do this as well. Normally, my old reviews were not bookmarked very well, and basically I had to kind of watch the review from start to finish in order to get my opinions on things. But now it's quite easy. I can I can benefit from my own little sort of I don't know quality of life improvements I did on my videos by looking at the timestamps and stuff like that, really. So it's quite interesting, quite good to go back and see the difference in my videos. And even 2018, I don't know, I feel like I've come a bit of a distance since then, really. I think it's when I got my PC, basically, that things changed. I'm still thinking I need to perhaps get a better camera and stuff like that. I'm still not too happy with the equipment I'm using now, but it's good enough. I feel like, as I say, I feel like my camera might be the one thing I might need to change. I don't know. It's just a bit of a pain when focusing, when doing my reviews and stuff like that, really. So we do have the various graphics. Now let's see if we can get these right. Basically, I just can never remember can never remember these graphics from 1 week to the next. I've done them all, and maybe I should make this a lot easier for myself, but I don't, basically. So there we go. So I've got to get these graphics up. So let's see if I can find out just let's have a look. There we go. 1 year ago, that's a start. So we've got that there. Obviously we need the background as well now, the little backgrounds that come into play. Now I think there we go, yes, I'm getting them in the right order this time. Well, normally I don't normally I don't manage to do it. So the first thing I do is basically talk about, I've got a member program. If you want to support the channel, it's a great way to do so, really. So look into basically it'll be on the, you can see it on the video, I'm sure. Join the member program. Basically, bronze level members and above get an exclusive review every week, basically. So there'll be one tonight, actually. I'm going to do it tonight. And these are the ones I did 1 year ago. So it's first one I did was these. Yes, these was it mini cheddars nibbles? It was, yes, I did those. So I don't normally review crisps on the channel, but I do them for the members, basically. So for bronze members and above. So I'd say it's quite an interesting one. So I've done loads of member reviews as well. So if you do join now, you'd have about 150 videos or something like that. And I also did these Cheetos. Was it ketchup flavored Cheetos? It was as well. Yeah, I think I got these from Tesco. I think I got them from. So an interesting one as well. So I did those. I'd say 1 year ago. So yeah, go check those out if you want to be. Well, if you are a member and you missed those out, perhaps bronze level member and above, and yeah, go check those out. And if you want to become a member, that's what you can look forward to seeing. So there we go. So should I do 1 year ago straight away? 1 year ago reviews. Not very sure really whether I should. Or go back into I don't know. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I always feel like I don't know. Okay, we'll put the backgrounds on the bottom. We'll find out which one I get to first. Basically, got some other graphics as well to come on. So let's see if I can. Let's have a look there. 2023. So that's one. That's now, isn't it? So that's good. That's a good start. Then we'll do where the other ones as well. So I think we'll do 5 years graphic. 5 years is a bit more interesting, isn't it? Just to start with, and gets us into the sort of swing of things, basically. But I do have to find the other year now, so I've got. Let's have a look which one. I think I've got it here. There we go. There we are. Did it first time every time this time. It's unbelievable that I won't do that ever again. I'll tell you. So yeah, okay. So let's get into what I reviewed 5 years ago. Let's have a look. So what's the first one I did? So let's have a see. So yeah, I don't know if you remember these. Just have to make this a bit bigger so I can see what I'm doing if I can, which I typically can't. Oh, we'll just go with. Yeah, I did these green and blacks. I don't know if I remember one. I remember a friend suggesting these to me. These green and blacks. What are they called? Green and blacks. Velvet fruit. And this was the orange one. And I gave this. What did I give this? Now I gave this a 4 out of 5. Let's have a see. That's the wrong one. Let's have a look. There we go. Yeah, I'm not getting them first time this time. Right, let's do 4.5 there. 4 out of 5 I gave it. 4 out of 5. There we go. Honestly, there we go. I was having a good run then, and it's all gone to pot. Yeah, so 4 out of 5 I gave this. 5 years ago. Now, basically, I said that. Well, I think the texture was really nice. It had like a nice chewy texture to it. It's basically dark chocolate with a sort of jelly filling. It was quite chewy, so they lasted quite a long time when you ate these. Which was really nice, so you got a bit of substance, and the dark chocolate worked quite well with the fruit filling. So you get these sort of, dark chocolate top shelf affairs where it's sort of 70% dark chocolate with an orange flavour, and it's kind of a bit more centred on the dark chocolate. This one found a bit of a balance in between them, really, between the orange flavouring and the dark chocolate itself, you know. So it was actually very it was very nice, actually, these ones, very nice. And there was two of them. There was a raspberry one as well, two others rather, and a blueberry one, I think it was. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I ever got the blueberry one. I think it was an exclusive in one of the supermarkets, and at the time, I don't think I realised that. I think I was just, you know, expecting to find it and not realising that really I need to actually go out and find it somewhere. Excuse me. And so, basically, I don't think I ever reviewed it, so which was a real shame, actually, because I think the blueberry one would probably be my favourite one as well. It's a bit of a shame that. But anyway, I gave this a 4 out of 5. I think that's probably a good score, you know. I mean, basically, I think I said that it was one of those where it's one of these fruity ingredients, a bit similar to Jammy Dodgers, where apple is the main ingredient, and then you just sort of flavour it to be a bit more like orange-like. And I think I said as well that the orange flavouring, even though it was really nice, it was questionable as to whether it was a really that strong an orange flavour, you know, whether it was really really was orange, if you know what I mean. And maybe it's because I knew it was apple really and stuff like that, and it's just been flavoured. I don't know, but I kind of thought, well, is it really that strongly orange, you know? But nonetheless, I think the plus points of it was that the dark chocolate worked really well with it, and and basically it was quite quite sort of, it was quite long lasting as well, quite interesting to eat, and it was actually sort of very, you know, a good chew to it basically. Yes, and hi Andy, how are you doing? Great to see you, Andy. Let's have a look. Hopefully, yes, there he goes. Yes. Yeah, checking in again, see how you're getting on. I'm in the gym again. Yeah, you're using on the gym on Saturdays. You do very well to keep it up. I went yesterday, actually. I've started going back to the gym as well, Andy. I think I mentioned last time I was starting to hopefully go back to it, and I've started doing it again. It's knackering me out, really. But I'm going about 4 times a week. Maybe I'll try and do 5, but 4 times at the moment. So pretty happy with it, actually. I'm pleased. I'm pleased I'm doing it, you know. So yeah. Yes, let's see. Now I'm in trouble now. It's for some reason it's giving me some. I can't see. Yeah, unfortunately the the text message is sort of bringing up a menu, so I can see it on the screen, but that's a bit difficult for me to do. So, all right, anyway, let's have a look. Blah, 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 blah. You mentioned a few weeks ago that you were getting back into the gym. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I jumped ahead without reading your message. Yes, getting tired as well. Yeah, that's right. Basically, Andy, yeah, it's just one of those. I think a full day of work and then the gym afterwards, and then trying to, you know, edit the videos and stuff like that. It is taking it out of me, so I'm trying to sort of balance it out a bit more. Basically, it is a difficult one, but it's important to do, you know. And I don't, you know, but yeah. For instance, yesterday it just was totally wiped out. You know, I was totally wiped out yesterday, so it's a bit of a pain. I have to probably force myself not to just sit around and laze about and half fall asleep on the sofa and stuff like that. So yeah, how's it go for you though? You do manage to find a good balance. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. Yeah. So I'd say for these ones here, basically, I reckon it's probably about the same. You know, I think it's about the same. I think it's you know, it was a good product, really. I feel like the only problem with it was probably it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit higher. Maybe it should be a bit higher. I felt like the flavour just wasn't strong enough, really. But I felt the texture was really nice, and I felt the dark chocolate was good enough. I felt like maybe it just needed a bit more of an oomph, a bit more of an X factor. But it was close to being a 4.5 out of 5, I would have said. So a very interesting one, but I think roughly the same. I think 4 out of 5 was probably about right, but definitely closer to a 4.5 than a 3.5. That's for sure. Yeah, so very close that one. Now another one I did. Now you probably guessed what this one would be. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's basically the same, but the raspberry one. Now I say I didn't manage to get the blueberry one, which was a shame. So you know, but I imagine it probably, if anything, unless something crazy happened, it would have been probably, you know, the 4.5 one, I think. But this one, basically the same things apply to the others. It was the other one really. It was you know, quite a nice chew to it. Worked really well with the dark chocolate. Really nice balance. There was as much chew or as much sort of fruity centre as there was dark chocolate. But again, I felt like it kind of I don't know. Was it just generically fruit flavour rather than just specifically raspberry? I didn't really feel bowled over by the fruity taste, and I think that was what sort of held it back a bit, in the same way as the orange one, really. So to be honest with you, it was basically the same. Let's have a look. Can I find the the score again? There we go. Found the right way around this time. And I think, to be honest with you, yeah, I'm going to give it the same as well. I don't think it was any different than the other one. About 4 out of 5, I think, was about right, really. So I agree with myself there. I think I got that one right. But again, very close to being a 4.5, I think. And I think that's the way you should treat it. But did he still do these as well? That's the other thing. I haven't seen these. recently. I don't know. I only saw them in, I think, Morrison's actually. I don't think I saw them in many supermarkets, or at least not ones I frequented. So yeah, let me know if you still see these ones about. I've not seen these, I don't think, for a while. Although I do seem to remember thinking, oh yeah, there's those, and they ring a bell. But I don't know when that was now, or if I dreamt it. You know, I don't know if that was a long time ago, or whether, you know, yeah, I don't know when that was. So let me know if you've seen them about. Let me know if you've seen them. Right, so what else did I do 5 years ago? So let's have a look. Yes, these ones here. Yes, these Dairy Milk mixed buttons. Yes, at the time. Well, basically, I mean, it's Dairy Milk buttons. They're really nice. Dairy Milk is about 4 out of 5. I think buttons are pretty much the same as that, really. But obviously, the advanced thing here was the fact they had the white chocolate in. I think it was just after they did their Cadbury white chocolate again, so they were throwing white chocolate all over the place. And of course, they did this product as well. Now, the thing I said at the time. Yeah, what did I say? Well, let's have a look. Well, basically, what I just said, really lovely dairy milk. You know, nice to have the white chocolate in there. Good to have a mix. I said at the time, now you can get everything in one packet, and I always like that. I love doubling up the buttons. You know, who doesn't? A really nice thing to do. But obviously, I think I said, you know, we're just good to have the dark chocolate one, Bourneville, in there. And they do Bourneville buttons now, and I don't believe they do a three-way mix of Cadbury White, Dairy Milk, and Bourneville. And I think that would be really nice to do. And I think it's a shame you don't do that. And I can understand kind of why, because dark chocolate is a bit more of a adult thing, you know, so they don't kind of, you know, they feel like basically a lot of fewer people will be interested in the dark chocolate. But I would like that. I really would like that. And I think Bourneville's not a very strong dark chocolate. You know, so at the time when I gave these a 4 again, really. And to be honest with you, I think if I reviewed them nowadays, I probably would say about the same, really. And I feel like I would probably also criticise the fact that, as I say, there's no dark chocolate in there. And I don't know if they still do these mixed buttons. I assume they probably do, but I don't think I've not had them. Basically, because I review lots of chocolate on the channel, I don't really have much of a luxury to just eat chocolate for the I mean, it's always fun to eat chocolate, of course, but I mean, usually it's just new stuff, the stuff I'm reviewing I'm eating, rather than stuff I've already reviewed, basically. As you can imagine, there's just not enough calories, is there, to go around. But again, I think this one, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same. It's lovely dairy milk, you know, nice to have the white chocolate difference. You can double them up, which is really good. But I think nowadays I would say, you know, I don't think there's no wow factor in here. It just does what it does and does it well. It's a nice chocolate, you know, above average. So average is 3 out of 5, above average is 4 out of 5. So I think that's probably about right. So I think for me, I'm going to say 4 out of 5 again. So I think I got that one right again, really. But nowadays, I would also add that it'd be nice to have the dark chocolate in there as well. And yeah, so, you know, the Bourneville in there. And I think, hopefully they'll do that. I think that'd be really good if they did do that. So yeah, that'd be a nice one to do. So what else? What's there? I basically do 4 reviews per time period. So last one I did was, yes, fries orange cream, yes. So yeah, so Andrew Winton used to be all. He's not been in the channel for some time. I don't know if you're about Andrew, but hello to you if you are around. But he's a big fan of fries, and yeah, so I've done a few of these. I think I'm looking at the pictures. Now the cream actually in some of the photos was orange cream, and I'm sure it was always white. When I say orange, I mean coloured orange. I'm sure it was always white coloured. I'm sure all of them have always been, you know, white. I feel like that anyway, but let me know if that's not the case. I can't remember. I know some of them in, you know, roses or what have you. I think I coloured the sort of the equivalent in the Roses chocolate selection. Don't think they are in the Quality Street. What did I give these ones? Now I gave a bit of a similar thing here. I gave them 4 out of 5 again, really. Basically, I said this one did have the orange flavour. I felt like it came across a lot better than the green and black offering from earlier. It works well with the dark chocolate as well. Just that the dark chocolate's generally nice. It's just a generally nice product, but it does stick in your throat a bit after it catches in your throat. Not sticking, but catching your throat a bit. I find this sort of fondant cream filling. But it's very nice, but does catch in the throat quite a lot, really. And I feel like that's probably its detriments, and again, probably why, you know, I don't know. And there's no frills about it. It is what it is. I think there's always talk of this mythical fries 5 sensor that was around in the 70s, 80s, probably earlier than that, and maybe up to that point. Basically, I feel like Cadbury Snack Australia, it mentions a few times, long-time viewers of the channel will recognise or, you know, have heard me say this before. But basically, it was a similar bar to this, but segmented, with different sensors in each one. So you might have like the orange one in one segment and the raspberry one in another one, things like that. I don't think it was quite those flavours, but, you know, you can get, might have been. And Cadbury Snack in Australia has, I think it's got pineapple, just the regular, it's called coconut ice, but I think it's basically the fondant cream without flavour. There's caramel, raspberry, I mentioned that, pineapple it's got in, Turkish Delight, and one other, which might be orange or something like that. So really interesting, really interesting. And it's just a shame that fries have not gone down this route. They did do the coffee cream not long ago. And I feel like if you just did the fries 5 sensor again, or 6 cents. They've got enough flavours. You know, oddly did a strawberry one, I think, which was a limited edition, whereas the raspberry one isn't. I don't know why that was, but yeah. So I think for me, it's basically a similar affair. I think it's a 4 out of 5 again. Basically, I think it's the same. Well, 4.5 there, 4. 4 out of 5. Yeah, I think that's basically, you know, the one. I think that sums it up. I think it's a good, nice flavour. You know. And I think, yeah, it just ticks the boxes. No frills, really. It does what it does it well enough, and I'm happy with it. But I don't think it's anything more than that. And I say the catching the throat bit is probably the detriment to it, really. But there we go. Yeah, all right. So that's right. Well, now we do. Yes, we've got a transition now. Let's see, can we do it? Can we do it smoothly? Probably not. But we need to transition from the 5 years ago to the 1 year ago. So can we do that very easily? Let's find out. Let's find out if we can do that. We probably can't, is the answer, but we'll do the best we can. So let's have a see. Well, we've done that bit. That's good. No, we did it. Well, that's pretty impressive. I'm impressed with that. Well, we'll go to pot in a minute, but there we go. We did it for now. So yeah, so 1 year ago. So I mean, 1 year ago, obviously the things are generally. I mean, you know, there's 5 years ago. The 5 orange centres still around. Some of the other centres are still about. Centres. Some of the other products are still around, of course. Well, those green and black ones, I'll say. Let me know if you've not seen those, or if you have seen them rather, or both. Because I'd like to know if they're still around, really, especially the blueberry one, because I would like to get that. But I'd say I haven't noticed it for some time. But 1 year ago, what did we review? Let's have a look. Let's have a see. We did the Terry's. Yes, remember this one? Still around. Is it still around, this one, this year? I feel like did I see it? I saw the exploding candy one. That's back. Now there was last year a new one, the Toffee Crunch, which was basically. In fact, I've got them here. There you go. I've got them here. I need to review. I keep eating them before reviewing these ones. These are guilty pleasure of mine. But yeah, Terry's Chocolate Orange Sensation. So they have the different ones in here. So you see, you got the white one. They do a white chocolate orange on occasion. Do the typical milk chocolate one, the dark chocolate one. Got the exploding candy one, which is around. It's in Asda at the moment. Might be in other places. And this is this one here, the toffee one. I think that's just a repeat there, just repeating. I've changed these over the years. These used to be a dark chocolate and a white chocolate splitter, but if I remember correctly, maybe a couple of ones as well. I used to do a crispy one as well, which was a bit of a shame. I used to like that one. But anyway, that's where they're taking them out of there, putting them into these sort of big individual oranges essentially. And this was the Toffee Crunch one. I was very happy with this one actually. You know, I was very happy with this one. I gave it a 5 out of 5. This one, 5 out of 5. You know, so I just thought it worked beautifully well, really. I mean, it's got the typical, you know, nowadays Terry's Chocolate Orange issues where the segments are too, you know, they've kind of made them, you know, if you have a sensation segment, it is a proper segment. You know, it's like but you know, if that makes any sense. But the regular segments in the oranges have like a lip on the end of them, and it's a real shame that, you know, it's a real sort of. Yeah, a disappointment that, because it means half the segment, well, a lot of the segments are gone basically, and the weightage is down by about 20 grams. Oh, Purple Glitter, great to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, how nice. Oh, lovely fox there as well. Oh, how cute. Oh, thank you so much for your support, Purple. You've always been doing this for many months now, so thank you so much. Massively appreciated. Thanks for the super chat and the lovely, cute little image as well. Hope you're doing okay. I know you don't chat too much. So don't feel obliged to, but it's always good to hear how you're doing if you ever do feel like you want to say hello. So hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for your support. Oh, you love my reviews. Oh, thank you. I'm very flattered. Thank you so much. Oh, it's really nice of you to say. Yeah, so thank you for the support. Lovely, massively appreciated. I mean, it's quite difficult to keep the reviews up sometimes. I must say, it is, you know, you've been working, you know, all day basically, and then you've got to do some more work after work, things like that. But I do try my best, and it means a lot and helps a lot when I hear lovely comments from yourself and other people as well. So thank you so much. And obviously the super chats, I realise not everyone can do them, so I don't like to sort of highlight them too much that they're a lovely thing to receive. But I must admit they are, because it does show that people value the channel enough to, you know, to give those. So thank you so much. That's massively appreciated. Thank you. I hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, what are you up to? What's the chocolate situation like where you are? Have to let me know. Yes, and opinions on Terry's Chocolate Oranges, Toffee Crunches. I mean, if anyone sees these, let me know, because I'm not, I don't know. It's one of those where I think they were only in Tesco last year. And I've been in Tesco this year, but I can't, you know, sometimes you just, I don't know, there's so much chocolate, sometimes you're just looking for new stuff, so I can't remember if I saw them. Now, would I still give this a 5 out of 5 this year? Would I still give it a 5 out of 5? I kind of had another one after the event, and I feel like the initial wow factor went a bit, actually. I got myself another one of them. I think I shared it with a friend. I don't know, would I give it a 5? I mean, Terry's chocolate oranges are always a lovely experience. They're just a lovely, there's something lovely about them. Now, they are a lot smaller than the box, but they're just really nice. I love the presentation, love the fact it's an orange. It's a shame they've made them smaller over the years by removing some of the chocolate, having those lips in them. So if you imagine, rather than just a straight segment, it's got like a dip and then it goes down a bit. So there's a relatively large amount of chocolate missing, and it's all done to save. Yeah, they still have in the sexation. When they change the sexations, I will not be happy if they do that with that. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. They're just a lovely experience, Terry's chocolate oranges. They really are. I'm not sure this is a 5 out of 5. I don't know. It kind of isn't. It kind of isn't. But I feel like I'm going to say a 4.5 out of 5. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now it's. I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't quite as special the second time I had it. But it was still very nice. It's still lovely. It's still very enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't quite the same, basically, But still a lovely experience, and I feel that's still a great score. So, but we'll say 4.5 out of 5, and I think that's still a good one. Just a shame that it looks bad because it's going down, if you know what I mean. But it's still very nice. All right, then what do we have? We had Matchmaker's Coffee, or Caramel Coffee, I think it was. Caramel Coffee, is that right? Caramel Coffee? I've lost the text. Well, it says it there, doesn't it? Caramel Coffee, yes. Yeah, so Matchmakers, they come out with a few interesting ones. Now, it is almost bonfire night here in the UK. Bonfire night being, well, basically, there's loads of fireworks. And I've just heard, it's not dark yet, but I've just heard a couple of bangs going off. So apologies if you can hear all these. It sounds like I'm, I don't know, yes, being shot. I promise I'm not. At least I hope not. But yeah, it's just fireworks going off. So apologies. It's not. Anyway, it's it's not dark by any means. Although typically in the UK it does rain a lot, so it's technically sort of darker than most other places, but not dark for fireworks, I don't think. But anyway, we'll persevere. So yes, Terry's chocolate orange, caramel coffee Matchmakers. Yeah, so very. I always we had a bit of a discussion about this in the comments. I don't like the fact that these are Quality Street branded, because I mean you could label anything Quality Street, and these are just nothing to do with Quality Street. It really irritates me that they put the Quality Street branding on, because they're just not Quality Street. There's no, caramel coffee in Quality Street. Oh, did they do? I don't think they did. I don't think they did a coffee in Quality Street. I was going to say maybe they did, but they did something, a new one. I think it's just some other. Nothing like that. But anyway, that aside, they do a few nice flavours every now and again. They did like a maple one, I think, and did that honeycomb one, didn't they? Did a few nice flavours. I like coffee flavoured chocolate. I know it's a bit of a divisive one, but I do quite like a good coffee chocolate. So this one was well up my street. I was excited for this, to be honest with you. I was excited for it. Now the problem with it was, it had a lovely coffee smell and flavour. A lovely aroma. The caramel complements the coffee pretty well, but the problem was the it basically has like little sugary candy pieces inside the Matchmaker sticks. Basically these long sticks, as you can see, like a mix of dark and milk chocolate, it says on them. Generally, I think this one's the same. The problem with it was that these crunchy bits were quite sweet, and I felt like it just took away a bit from the sort of the coffee caramel taste. I mean, I know obviously sweet, you expect them to have a bit of sweetiness to them, but it was just a bit, it just ruined that balance, I think. So that's kind of why I ended up giving them, let's see, what was it now? Let's pick the right one. A 4 out of 5, basically. And again, another 4 out of 5. So, I mean, a lot of chocolates, if they're better than average, they will end up being a 3.5, 4 out of 5. And I feel like these ones, because of that nice coffee taste, I feel like they just were about right. But it was probably closer to a 3.5 than a 4.5, that's for sure. And I don't know, is it really? Yeah, I feel like the coffee for me is what bumped it up to a 4. I think most people would probably say this is a 3.5 out of 5. And I'm tempted to mark it down as well to that. But I feel like that might be being a bit unfair and just doing it for the sake of it, really. So I'm going to say 4 out of 5 still. Going to keep it the same. But as I say, it's closer to a 3.5 than a 4.5 for sure. And I feel like those glittery pieces, well, not glittery pieces, the crunchy candy pieces in there were just a bit disappointing, really. So, yeah. But there we go. There we go, one of those, but still nice. As I say, 4 out of 5. 3 out of 5 is a good chocolate, you know what I mean? I think 2 out of 5 is when it's not as good as most other chocolates. And anything below a 3, really. And then anything below a 2 is kind of where it's just really just not either a pretty terrible product or just not very nice, generally as a 1. So, you know what I mean? So most chocolates are pretty good, really, and that's as you'd imagine. I can't give everything a 5 out of 5, I mean, most chocolates would scream. The fact you like most chocolates, we have to have some kind of baseline there. All right, so so what else? We did the Terry's Matchmakers. Right, so here we go. Yes, had the Kit Kat Chunky Biscoff. Yes, I was going to call it Tofifi then. Biscoff, basically. Yeah, so Kit Kat Chunkies, a solid base to have a chocolate bar centred around you of some limited edition one. They do a lot of limited edition or special editions or editions of Kit Kat Chunkies, and they are, it's just a good chocolate bar, basically, a good chocolate bar. Now this one, what did I give it? I gave this one a bit lower actually, you know. All of them about 4 out of 5, haven't they? But this one was a 3.5 out of 5. Because basically it was, you know, lovely chocolate bar, Kit Kat Chunky, really nice. Just always really nice and really lovely. But the problem was there's the Biscoff implementation. While it had the sort of texture, you just couldn't really taste it. And I don't know, I think that's because it's sort of based on the Biscoff spread. And the problem with that is it's just not strong enough. I feel like the Biscoff needs the biscuity crunch to make it really work. If you just have liquidized Biscoff, it just doesn't really come across as very Biscoff-like. And I think that's the problem with this one. So while you have things like the Kit Kat Chunky Peanut Butter, which is one of my favourite chocolate bars, lovely way of having, it's just, I'm not a big fan of peanut butter generally, but Kit Kat Chunky Peanut Butter, just really, really nice. That one really works with this because it's a solid, strong flavour and it's got the same sort of texture. But this one, yeah, was just disappointing, really, just disappointing. And, you know, and I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It was a shame. It had all the lovely plus points of Kit Kat Chunky, but just the Biscoff was disappointing, basically. So I think Kit Kat Chunky is generally 3.5 or 4, probably a 4. But this one, I had to rate it a bit low just because the Biscoff was disappointing. And I think most Biscoff fans would probably be relatively disappointed as well. So I think for me, again, it's another the same one, really. You know, I feel like I got, you know, yeah, I think 3.5 is probably where it's at. I feel like it's not close to a 4 or a 3. I think it's just dead on 3.5, that one, really. But I think a regular Kit Kat Chunky is probably more towards a 4, just because it's got, you know, you just get everything in it. You don't get this sort of relatively tasteless cream in there that doesn't really add much to it, which is kind of what that did. It kind of detracted rather than added anything to it, if you know what I mean. So, yes, there we are. All right, and then, yeah. What else did we do? We're nearly at the end, you know. We're nearly at the end. Yes, here we go. Yes, this one. Yeah, from Cadbury Australia. So it's the Caramel Breakaway. So Breakaway is essentially Time Out. It's the sort of the Time Out brand that's been changed to Breakaway. So Breakaway in the UK is a sort of, you know, the breakfast bag on a snack biscuit that you get. And obviously it doesn't exist in Australia, I'm assuming, although it does seem to have similar font or text. But yeah, this is basically that. So it's Time Out, essentially. It's Caramel Time Out, basically. So they don't do Time Out in Australia. They do it till recently, but they've stopped, you know, and then replace it with breakaways. You get twirl breakaways and stuff like that. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, hi there, Poppy. You're just watching another video on YouTube. I see. I say, yeah. Hopefully it's another video of mine. Hopefully, Poppy. Hopefully. I hope you're doing okay, Poppy. Good to see you. Glad you had a good Halloween as well. Yes, glad you had a good time. Nice to hear from you, and thanks so much for the chat. Good to see you. Now, what other videos that you're watching? Let me know. But yeah, so caramel. The problem with this one, caramel is a great chocolate. In Cadbury Australia, it's a lovely chocolate. Actually, it's lovely chocolate. It's really thick, nice. It's just nails the flavour. You know, it's basically caramelised white chocolate, which I believe is usually where they kind of let the cocoa butter caramelise or what have you. I believe that's the case. Anyway, something along those lines. Anyway, you get the gist of it. Something as part of the process of creating white chocolate, and then they leave it a bit longer, and it caramelizes, basically gives it this sort of nice golden tint or golden color to it rather than the typical white chocolate look. So lovely chocolate. But the problem with this one is, and I love wafer in my chocolates, I love crunchy bits in my chocolates, but the problem with this one was it had like a massive cavity at the top, so it had like a cream in there as well, like a cocoa cream of some kind. And then it was just, I don't know, it just wasn't quite, it just detracted a bit from it, you know. So I think, what did I give this one in the end? Let's have a look, I've lost it now. I think I gave it, you could probably guess what it was, but, you know, so you could see that box as being basically, you know, a 4 out of 5, essentially. It just was disappointing, you know, having that cavity there where it was just a big dip of nothing. So it meant that the caramel chocolate was quite soft because you bit into it and it wasn't as thick on the top as it should have been, quite a thinner layer, because then there was like an air pocket. So it bent down a bit and you just didn't get that lovely snap and lovely sort of experience that you get when you just have a bar of Australian caramel chocolate, you know. No, it's better than the UK one, really, as well, the Australian one. So that was the problem with it, basically. So because of that, you know, you just didn't get, you know, you didn't get the caramel experience as well as sort of the crunchy experience, you know, the nice sort of wafer and stuff like that. You know, you just sort of got a bit of nothing, really. So while the caramel was still lovely, you know, and the caramel was probably a 4.5, maybe even a 5, you know, just on its own. with all these crunchy bits, as much as I love them, you just ended up, you didn't really get the benefit of having the caramel chocolate, and you didn't really get, and it kind of, all of it just didn't quite work together. So I don't know. So I think for me, this one, I might, I think I might, just because it just didn't work properly. Yeah, I feel like it was definitely a disappointing bar. I'm not sure really where it deserves to be a 3.5 out of 5, but I feel like, I feel like a 4 was perhaps too strong. I was very disappointed with this one, and I feel like the regular caramel, regular timeout and stuff like that in Australia, well, the breakaway and all this, that, and you have all these other bars, I feel like they're probably more deserving of a 4.5, and I feel this one was just a bit disappointing. So I'm going to move it down a bit, that one. I think 3.5 out of 5, but it's definitely very close to a 4. But I think the disappointment there, the fact that it just didn't quite work properly and had these air pockets, and it's just not acceptable, is it? It just should be solid chocolate on top, and a lovely experience. I mean, so I think I can't really give it a 4 for that. I think, well, with all I did at the time, but I feel like now, it's just been a bit too generous, that really. But it's definitely, it's definitely been very critical that on something that maybe you might not really notice. But for me, it was a strong sticking point, because as I say, that caramel chocolate, the bite, the snap, when you bite into like a block of dairy milk or anything, a block of chocolate, it just wasn't there, and it wasn't replaced by all the crunch of the wafer and stuff like that, that was in it. It just none of it worked, Yeah, so yeah, I think 3.5 is about right. I think that's right, that one. There we go, 3.5, 3.5 out of 5. So there we go, guys. Yes, that's all. That's all 8 reviews. So 4 I did 1 year ago, and 4 I did 5 years ago. Yes. So yeah. So let's slowly remove the. Let's have a look. There we go. Yes, there we are. Things are going away. Look at that. It's like turn off the Christmas lights, isn't it? Yes, there we go. It's a bit of I don't know. Yeah, a mixed bag there. A lot of good products there. Some better than others for sure. I think the standout one for me, I don't know, was I really like that. I'd say the Terry's Chocolate Orange Toffee Crunch was very nice indeed. And I wish those Green and Blacks ones were a lovely one. It's a shame if they're not about. I think they were really nice from 5 years ago. I think they were a good product then. I think just a bit. I don't know. A bit. The problem with it was, it probably just didn't really appeal to. Green and Blacks is an expensive brand anyway. It's Cadbury's it's Cadbury's sort of exclusive brand and things. I feel like those ones, so they're a bit expensive really. So people, I don't know. So and they're coming across as being a bit more of an everyday chocolate, being these little, spherical bites that you can buy. Basically, and I think it just didn't quite. I don't know. I feel like, and being dark chocolate as well, it just wasn't really one thing or another, and it was expensive and. Dark chocolate fans probably wanted more just proper dark chocolate, and people that didn't want dark chocolate weren't really bowled over by that idea because it's still dark chocolate. So I think they were a bit, one of those, not really one thing or another, but they were very nice. They were very nice indeed, and I think they worked very well. Reminding me, sort of, to the Terry's chocolate, was it the Terry's chocolate orange bar with cranberry in it, cranberry and orange. Just had like these sugary cranberry pieces. While the texture was completely different, it just kind of reminded me of a bar doing something a bit different in a way that really worked. And it was a nice one, nice product. That kind of wish they still did it, but there we go, one of those. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, look back, episode 37. Hope you enjoyed it. Great to see everyone in the chats. I mean, it's great to see you, Andy, as well. Purple Glitter, thank you so much for the super chats. Massively appreciated. It really is. I'm glad you're doing well, and thank you so much for enjoying the channel. It's lovely to hear that. Thank you so much. Yes, and Poppy as well, of course. Hope you're doing well, whatever other video you're watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Poppy, been a while. The other Poppy, this is the other Poppy. Poppy Corn. I keep missing your lives and just managed to catch the end of this one. I shall do better next time. Well, it's probably my fault, Poppy. I keep advertising them far too late, don't I? I keep doing them far too late. I need to publish them on Wednesday, really, so people know they're coming up. Unfortunately, I'm just useless at keeping on top of things these days. So I think I'll try and do that. So hopefully, fingers crossed then, you'll be able to make the next one, hopefully. But don't worry if you can't make them. They're always there to watch after the event. But it is good to see if you can. So thank you, Poppy. Good to see you as well. How are you doing, by the way? Hope you're doing okay. Oh, and Georgie too. Oh, I love your videos. Oh, thank you so much, Georgie. Yes, I set myself a goal to go half a year of eating chocolate. Goodness me, that's a long time. If I manage it, it'll be the 29th of November. So living vicariously through your reviews. I say, wow, you're so close now. You may as well stick it out. That's for sure. I think, done very well there though. Half a year. I don't think I could do half a day most days, to be honest with you. No, well done, Georgie. Well done indeed. That's very well done. Well, very well going. I wish I could have achieved that. I mean, to be honest with you, it's almost impossible for me really because of the fact I have to review chocolate. I don't think I could go. I don't think I could really do that. But I think just cutting down is what I need to do really, and I'm trying to do that at the moment. So, but well done, Georgie. Let us know. Let me know I'll say near the time how you got on with that. Hopefully you managed to. I'm sure you will have done. You managed to go this far. I'm sure you can do the next 20 or so days. Also, well done. And thank you so much for the lovely comment. Good to hear from you. Well, everyone, hope you have a lovely day, lovely weekend. Hope you have a nice bonfire night if you're in the UK, or if you're not in the UK and you do celebrate bonfire nights, hope you enjoy it as well. Yes, hopefully all your pets cope with it okay as well. It's a difficult one for pets, I think, but hopefully they'll be alright. I'm sure they will. But yeah, have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your chocolate, whatever you get up to, or not in your case, Georgie. Hope you enjoy your chocolate substitutes. And well done once again for being so strong-willed with that. And it's very good going indeed. I'll take everyone, and I'll see you in the next live. I should be, if you remember, Prawns Level Above, I'll be doing I'll be doing basically a member video later on tonight as well for that. So yes, apologies if the chat's a bit slow, by the way. It's one of those. It's been a struggle. Yeah, I can imagine, George. I can really imagine that. I can definitely appreciate it. That's for sure as well. Oh dear. Well, as I say, best of luck with the last 20 days. I'm sure you can do it. At least you're not doing it over Easter. I think that would be the difficult time, and Christmas. So you've done it well there, I think. I can see you've probably managed the time to avoid those kind of occasions, and I think that was good thinking, that. Well thought out. Yeah, take care, Poppy. Great to hear from you as well, Poppy. Great to see you again. It's been some time, actually. Well, it's probably more my fault than anyone else's, because I haven't done that many lives recently. One reason of October was a difficult month. I was just so busy. One of those, really. But and then, of course, what was the other reason? I can't remember. There was another reason. Something else happened. But anyway, hopefully I'm back on track now, that's for sure. So yeah, it's great to see you again, Poppy. I'm glad you're doing okay. And so apologies if I missed some of the messages, but the chat is sometimes a bit slow refreshing, I've noticed. So it's one of those. So apologies if I'm not ignoring you or anything like that. It just sometimes takes a bit of time to come through. But strategic planning. Thanks for live and have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much too, Georgie. Yes, have a good one yourself. And as I say, best of luck with all the rest. And let me know how you get on with that as well, even in the comments on the live or what have you. It'd be good to hear how you get on with that. And what you do to celebrate as well. But yes, good planning there. I think definitely good forward thinking, that's for sure. You'd hate it if you got 4 months in and then realise, hang on, I'm going to miss out on Christmas here, or whatever celebrations you do, of course, assuming you did Christmas or Easter and things like that. But either way, the chocolate is definitely more around. There's another word I wanted, but I can't think of what it was there. There's more chocolate about anyway at those times of year, that's for sure. Whatever you celebrate. So yeah. All right, everyone, have a great one. And apologies again if I missed any comments. It's just sometimes a bit slow coming through, and then there's got to be this roundabout sort of way of me getting and responding back and things. So apologies for that. I'm not ignoring you. It's just sometimes they might have come through a bit too late. So I do apologise for that. And let's say, I've already clicked the button basically. So yeah, have a great one, everyone. Thanks so much again for all your comments and support. Purple Glitter, thank you so much. And Andy as well in the gym. Hope you managed to get through it okay. On the 2 poppies as well. This is Roblox and Poppycorn. Hope you have a great weekend. Also, great to see you again. Enjoy as well. Best of luck with your chocolate, as I say. And hopefully, if I've missed it or not, I do apologise. Don't think I have, but hopefully I've not. Have a great one, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. See ya.